Monday.com CRM tutorial. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with Monday.com CRM and use Monday as your CRM tool. Now, a lot of people do think that Monday.com is a tool which can only be used for project management. But guess what? Monday.com has several different features, including Monday Dev, Monday Service, Monday CRM, and the Monday.com we are most familiar with, which is Monday.com's work management. So if you go into Monday CRM, this is built specifically for customer-facing teams to speed up their sales cycle with an intuitive AI-powered CRM tool. This can help you whether you are in business services, real estate, software, manufacturing, customer goods, healthcare services, or any other business. And you can get a free trial of Monday CRM with the help of AI tools, as well as many other flexible features that can save you your time to maximize your productivity, build mass emails, and integrate all of your applications into one simple tool. So let's get started with using Monday's CRM tool. So the first step to getting started with using Monday's CRM tool is going to be to go on ahead and go into monday.com/CRM and then click on Get Started. Once you click on Get Started over here, you're going to either continue with Google or sign up using your email. I'm going to be continuing with Google over here for a quick and easy sign up. And I'm just going to be using this account over here. You can use any email address that you might have to get started. And the best part about using Monday CRM is that you do not require any professional credit cards or professional emails. You can proceed with your general email and you don't even have to put in your credit card information. Just answer a couple of questions like so. And then you can add what type of industry your company is in. Let's say we are in the retail industry. I'm just going to select retail and we're going to add ourselves as the CEO. Now you're going to answer which prospecting tools do you currently use, and then you're going to click on continue. After that, once you have completed the basic onboarding on Monday.com's CRM, I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds to get my CRM ready. And we're going to get started by adding our team members. So you can add them as either admins or members. Members can add and edit content, but they can't invite and manage users. I'm just going to add one member like so, and then click on invite to your team. And just like that, your CRM is being built. Now, I can choose to sync with Google to make it easier for my contacts to be added, but I'm going to continue without syncing because this is not my professional email address and the contacts in this particular account are not actually related to my business. So to get started, you can name your contacts board. You can either name this as contacts, leads, or opportunities, whatever you want. I prefer contacts because it's very simple. Then after that, you can link to some of these tools that you might be using for communication. I'm going to be using Gmail only, and then I'm just going to proceed over here. After that, you want to add some sample contacts. So it's going to be Katie Jones, and then Kelly Madison, and then let's say we have Jacob Smith. And then I'm just going to click on next. After that, we can add active or inactive contacts. So this allows you to make sure that your contacts are efficiently organized. So for us, we're going to name it as active and inactive contacts. And I'm just going to copy and paste contacts. Once done, I can proceed with adding some of these columns to my boards. This includes emails, accounts, deals, phone numbers. I don't want to add phone numbers. I might want to add comments, titles, type, so we can define whether these are whether this is a customer or a partner. Then we can add their company, we can add their deal value, priority, so on and so forth. I'm going to remove the title, comments, and phone, and I'm going to add everything else. And then just click on finish to finish our basic setup for our CRM. Now, once we've done that, this is our basic CRM, which is ready. You will see on your top left, you have your mass email tracking, sequences, quotes and invoices, and more. Now in that, you have your home section. You can click on personalize menu to personalize your menu. I'm going to add everything other than template centers and quick search to my basic menu. Then you have your favorites tab. And below that, you have your workspace. You can add multiple different CRMs or build multiple different CRM workspaces. So to start off, I'm going to click on Edit Workspace and rename this CRM to the business name. So let's say our business is called Spencer. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on the three dots over here and click on Rename Workspace and name this as Spencer, like so. Now from here, we have contacts, which are added in a main table. Now I'm going to go on ahead and go into the board views, and I can add a Kanban view here. And what I'm going to do first off is I want to go into the Kanban view, and you guys will see this view is going to display my contacts depending on what level they are on based upon the status. So instead of naming this as a Kanban view, I can just rename this into lead status. So I'm going to rename this into lead status. I'm just going to add one person as a lead, one as a qualified lead, so on and so forth. However, if I want to change this, let's say I want to display it based upon priority, I would create another Kanban view. I would rename this into maybe priority. And then after that, I would click on filter. Then after that, I'm going to go on ahead and go into my settings on the top right for this widget. And then I'm going to change the priority. I'm going to change the Kanban column to priority. And then I'm just going to close this out. And now you guys can see the blank one is, no priority has been added. And then we have high, medium, and low. So lead status, main table, lead status, and then lead priority. Then we can proceed with adding other types of views, including forms, blank notes, Gantt charts. Usually for your contact or your leads, you're not really going to have to add this type of information. So I'm just going to proceed because I do think that this is adequate information. If I do want to add more groups, so if I have further categories of contacts, such as active contacts, inactive contacts, and then maybe I want to categorize leads separately. We have a different column for a completely different space for that. So I'm not going to do that. But if I have maybe warm contacts versus cold contacts, so I can add new groups for that. Now, after that, you can go into the lead section and you're pretty much going to do the same thing. First off, you have a lead submission form. So this is a default form. We have name, status, company, email, and phone. And you can click on share form to have this form be as your primary tool, which is going to be used to collect leads. This can be integrated in your website, in your marketing, in any of your content. So you're able to find people that are interested in your business. Then in your main table, it's going to automatically sync up any leads that you have procured using that form. Now with that form, you can click on import on the top right to import any pre-existing lead data that you might have. You can click on import leads and you can add CSV files, XLS files, and other types of files as well. Now to add a lead manually, just click on add lead. Let's say our lead is going to be called Mark Jason, like this, and then you can open up the lead like so, and then add more details about the lead, including the lead status. Let's say this is attempted to contact. And then after that, we can also add any activity. Let's say we want to schedule a meeting, and we can connect our calendar to schedule the meeting, or if you want, you can just log a meeting like so. And then after that, we can add, if this is qualified, their company name, title, email, last interaction. All of those details can be included. If you feel like the lead section is not as densely packed with information as you might want it, then you can again click on the add column option to add more columns. This allows you to add different types of columns to help you in labeling, prioritizing, and providing useful information at a glance. For me, let's say the active sequences column is not necessary. I'm going to delete that. And I might want to delete the title as well, so I'm going to remove this as well. Now from here, I maybe want to include a column that is going to define company size. So I'm going to build this in the form of status or labels. I'm going to go with statuses. The reason for that is because statuses allow you to select only one option. I'm going to name this as company size. And then we are going to edit the label or deal size, whatever you might want. I would rather add this as an account status, but I'm just showing you this over here as an example. I would click on edit labels, and this would be large, medium, and then small. So what is their company size? How much business should I be expecting from each one of these deals? Like so. So just like that, you can add the different status labels. And this is what Monday.com does really well, is that you're able to customize different data fields and add information that is going to be valuable for your data processes and your pipelines and your sales. So we've covered contacts and leads. Now it's time to take a look at accounts. Now each account can be reflected with a contact and a deal and the industry. You can just click on add account to add new accounts, or go into your main view to view all of your accounts that you currently have. So let's say this is going to be called Colby Co. And then I'm just going to click on add account. Then you can click on this. And after that, I can choose any activity bits, the domain name that they might have, their contacts. So let's say the new contact that I added was maybe Mark, I think. And I'm just going to add this person, Katie Jones. And then we can add their domain. I'm not going to add deals with this. We can add their industry. We can add their number of employees here, any additional company notes. And then just like so, you have a new account added, a potential business deal that is going to be added as an account, or a potential business that is interested in working with you. So in this way, you can add your business accounts. Moving forward, you can click on the plus icon to again view this differently. If I want to view this based upon maybe what was most recently added, I can view it in Gantt or Kanban views with priorities. Now below that, you're going to have client projects, but first we need to take a look at deals. Now deals are grouped in two ways within Monday. We have active deals, and then we have closed won deals. So within active deals, we will see our active deals with different stages, owners, deal value, contacts, and accounts. You might say, hey, how are accounts and contacts reflected within different deals and accounts? So for example, I built a new contact called maybe Robert Joe, okay? This is their new contact, and I want to build a brand new account for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the account section, and this is going to be called Robert's Pizza, okay? And now from here, once I add Robert's Pizza, I can click on the account section and then add Robert Joe. And when I go back into contacts, Robert's Pizza would be added in front of Robert's Joe. The way that you add these types of columns is simply by clicking on add column on the right and click on more. And then you can actually click on more columns here, but you will find this directly under your more columns. Click on connect. Once you click on connect, you can click on select boards, and I want to connect my deals over here, and then I would just click on do it, and then I'm going to click on create a mirror column. In that, I want to add maybe let's say I want to add the group board owner deal value here. I want to show it as a sum. And just like that, this would display to me the deal as well as the mirror for that particular person. So this is done automatically within the basic column, so you don't have to do this by yourself. But if there is any other changeable data field that you want to include, you can add that over here as well. Now, moving forward, we have our deals that are now synced up. We have the deal value, contacts. So within deals, you also have sales reports and pipelines on the top. Within your sales reports, you have different widgets that can help you in visualizing your data to be able to better use it to make informed decisions within your business. So you have a bunch of different widgets that are going to summarize your business's progress, and you can click on new deal to add new deals directly from here. And then you can click on add widget to add different types of widgets. These widgets include all the basics such as pie charts, graphs, and more. So you're able to visualize your data very easily. Now, moving forward, we can add, let's say, a activity tracker. Once I do that, I can choose what I want to display. So I want the past 7 days or custom, and I can track the activity during that time. I can go into these settings and choose the type of column, what type of activity I am tracking. so on and so forth, what I would like to display within these columns. This ensures that it is going to be very easy for you to make sure that you are on track within your business. Because when you are using third-party tools to try to measure progress, that is just going to be not as efficient as using Monday and its own built-in widgets. You even have a pipeline which allows you to categorize your deals. So whether it's a new deal, it's in discovery, it's in the proposal phase, negotiation, then won. Now, if you want to customize these, you can click on the settings and you can add more columns. But personally, I feel like the basic stages that they have added within this pipeline are sufficient for my business. So I don't need to add any other deal type or deal value. But if you do, you can edit these. You can also just choose to set the column limit. So you only want a certain number of things to be in a certain column. For example, you only want 50 new potential deals and you don't want to exceed that point. This can help in making sure that your workflows are in order and everything is being done at a very quick pace. Now, moving along, we can go on ahead and proceed on to client projects. Because not only is Monday.com an amazing CRM tool, but it is also an amazing project management tool, not only for your business, but also for your clients. Within this, you will see projects that are associated with all of your particular deals and accounts. So you can click on New Project to start building a new project and link it to a certain deal. Let's say for us, this is going to be Pizza Print. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an owner. You can add yourself or one of your own team members as an owner and choose that priority. Then you can choose the status and then the deal that it is related to. For us, this is going to be related to the pizza deal. And I can add the basic contact, which was, I think, Robert or Mark. I don't remember. I'm just going to add Robert Joe. And then the account, which was Robert's Pizza. And just like that, we have created a new project. Now, once you've created the project, you can click on Open Project Page, and this is a completely separate page for the project, which you can use to add all information related. So from here, you can go ahead and open this project and add different sub-items or tasks that need to be accomplished for this project. This makes it easier for you to manage projects quickly and efficiently. So if you're working on a client's project, you are able to ensure that not only are you creating relationships with your potential leads, but you're also growing them and harnessing your complete business capabilities. Now, after that, you also have products and services that you are providing. Now, this is going to be completely unique to each individual business. So you can import this as a CSV, or you can create these manually. Let's say we are providing a wholesale printing t-shirts, and then I can add a description. I can add the price. Let's say it's going to be 10K. Then the type, this is going to be a service. And then not 10K, this is a bit much. I'm just going to go with 2K. And then after that, if I want, I can click on more columns and I can add a number-based column. And this would be for minimum order quantity. So this would have a MOQ. And the minimum order quantity for wholesale t-shirt printing is, let's say, 1,000 t-shirts. And for every 1,000 t-shirts, we're going to be charging $2,000. Now this seems like a bit less, so I'm just going to change that to 5,000. So on and so forth. You can add different items or services. So let's say we also are providing website revamps, and I'm going to change this to service, or let's say I will add an inventory item. So these are going to be our classic caps. And this is going to be an inventory item. It is charged at $10 per cap. The minimum order quantity is, let's say, 10, and let's say it's $9. And just like that, we have our minimum order quantities added. You can click on dashboard to view a summary of what products you have, product types, and other widgets. So if you want to click on numbers, you can click on numbers and you can change this. Click on settings. You can choose to count the sub columns and the minimum order quantities or products. I don't want a sum. I want a count. And we have just 2 products. So you can add a bunch of different widgets to display different metrics for your particular products. Now, below that, you also have activities. So this includes account activities that need to be done, including their statuses, end times, start times, and more. And then below that, you have your sales dashboard, which includes active deals, average won deals, and just a general summary of all of your CRM boards. And then on top, we have our mass email tracking. So within your mass email tracking, you are able to see any email sequences you've built. And then you have your quotes and invoices and then home. Now, these separate sections are going to be really important when you're running your CRM, because in the day-to-day of your CRM, you are not going to have to add a new deal every day, but you definitely do have quotations, invoices, and email sequences you want to build. So to get started with that, we're first going to head on over into sequences and then click on new sequence. And then let's say this is our cold email sequence. I want to connect this to my leads board and I will click on create. So the first step is going to be a automatic email. I'm going to connect an email address to do so we can connect our Gmail account to be able to send out this mail. And I'm just going to be connecting this here. Once I do that, I'm just going to connect this and it's just getting our CRM ready. So we're just going to wait until our CRM is ready to be connected to Gmail. And once it has been connected to Gmail, and sometimes you might need to have some permissions automated with your Google account as well to be able to send out these emails. We're going to continue building our sequence. So we're going to just go into our high sequence, which might be for our potential prospects. And you can add your first step. You can choose general task, automations, emails, and then a call task. So I want to add a note that will appear in the task reminder. Then I can add a wait time after I wait for 1 day. Then I might want to send out a manual email. So I can easily review the email content, copy it, and then send it manually. Now, this is how you are going to proceed with this. If you are not using an email tool or using their email tool provided, it's better to connect your automatic email syncing with dynamic fields, because that is going to save you so much more time when it comes to these things, because automatic emailing is going to be done with the schedule and you can set up your rules and notifications. So which email you want to use to send out your emails, which board, email sequence, phone number, as well as removal rules, remove contacts if they reply to an email. And if they open an email in the sequence, I want to, customize all of this. So let's say if a person replies, then I want to remove them. And when their email is received, set the contact status to. And then after that, if the email in the sequence gets an auto reply, then I also want to remove it. I don't want to remove it then. And notify when it's time to make a call or send an email. So I can just click on save sequence and then start building my sequence to start targeting my potential customers and my potential business growth. So you can click on mass email tracking and you will be able to see any of the emails that you have sent out, the status, whether they have been delivered, how many of those have been delivered or bounced, and then you have opened, then your click-through rate. So all of these metrics are going to be provided to you within the mass email tracking tool of ClickUp. Now we're in our home stretch right now. We only have quotations and invoices left. So before any business starts working with you, sometimes they just need a quotation or a general estimate. Sometimes you need to provide invoices for very short-term deals. And to do that, you can just go into quotations and you can click on create new. Let's say I want to build a default quotation. And then we can add the issue date, the currency, the code description, your logo, your organizational signature, the recipient data. And let's say they are looking to buy our classic caps, and then I want to proceed with the quantity. We can click on edit. Let's say they are asking to buy 10,000 of our basic caps, and then I want to provide them. I am looking to provide them a 10% discount on this, like so. And then we have our order total. We can add a signature as well. We can add some footer notes. And this just allows you to send out really easy quotations and invoices without having to purchase a third-party application to start generating invoices. Because we all have seen those specialty applications that are built only for invoicing. And Monday.com CRM can do it for free for you. In the same way, you can generate invoices for actual customers that have purchased a product or service from you. And now in our home section, we will have a quick summary of everything. And if you want to include any other application or build any type of automation, just click on Automate on the top right to get notifications and any type of custom automation that you would like to build. You can see over here, automations are very easy to build with the help of their pre-existing templates. And you even have AI-powered templates to help you in improving and making your workflow quick and easy to manage. And you can integrate any of your applications that you might need for your CRM. Now, sure, all of these features are amazing, but at what price are you going to get these features? Because this is a free trial. Well, Monday.com has some of the most reasonable pricing, starting at only $12 per seat per month. And on the yearly plan, you're going to be saving 18%. But if you choose to go monthly, then you're going to be paying $15 per seat per month. And this includes unlimited customizable pipelines, boards, templates for lead, contact, and deal management. They even have Android and iOS applications. On the standard version, it's $20 per seat per month, $100 per month for 5 seats. You will see on the top right, you can increase the number of seats that you have. Usually with more seats, you are able to get a discount, but those are more so for enterprise level plans. And the Pro version at $33 per seat per month with email tracking, sequences, mass emailing, and over 25,000 CRM automations and integrations with customizable dashboards and 500 AI credits. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next.